Good afternoon everyone. Well, in this video I would like to explain about perception and individual decision making. But before I continue, let me introduce myself. My name is Reka Aldilana Ramadhan and I'm from group 4. So without any further, let's continue to the learning objective. So we have 7 learning objectives in this chapter. Yeah, like you can see in the screen. Okay, I will give you 5 seconds to read the learning objective. Okay, if that is not enough, you can pause this video and continue. Okay, so without any further, let's continue to the first material. So the first one is factor can influence perception. So perception is a process by which we organize and interpret sensory impression to give meaning to our environment. And there is 3 factors that can influence perception. The first one is perceiver. Okay, perceiver here is the interpretation of a target is shaped by the perceiver's personal traits such as attitude, personality, past experience, and expectation. Individuals may see the same object differently, influenced by their biases or preference. And the second one is target. Yeah, target is as simple as our goals. And the third one is context. Yeah, like what kind of context, like what kind of environmental, like time, location, and situational element. Okay, let's continue to the second one. Attribution theory. Okay, attribution theory is an attempt to explain the way we judge people differently depending on the meaning we attribute to a behavior, such as determining whether an individual's behavior is internally or externally caused. Yeah, as simple as that. Okay. So let's continue to the link between perception and decision making. So every decision requires us to interpret and evaluate information. We typically receive data from multiple sources that we need to screen, process, and interpret. Which data are relevant to our decision and which are not. Our perception help us accurately or inaccurately. We must consider how our perception of the situation influence our decision. Okay. Sometimes in ways we will not expect. So in the right side of this picture, we can see, are managers using decision making time effectively? So in this picture, effectiveness of time spent on decision making. Well, yeah, what what can we conclude based on this picture is, if managers are using 30% of their time is for making decision. So making decision is one of important things in what managers to do. Okay, the next one is contrast the rational model of decision making with bounded rationality and intuition. So the first is rational decision making model. So what is that? So this model is a structured systematic approach where decisions are made based on a clear step-by-step process. The first one is define the problem. The second one, identify decision criteria. The third one is weigh criteria. The fourth, develop alternative. The fifth one is evaluate the alternative. And the last one is select the best alternative. It assumes that decision makers have access to all relevant information and can make value maximizing choice to achieve optimal outcomes. Okay. And the second one is bounded rationality. Unlike the rational model, bounded rationality acknowledges human limitation. Rather than seeking an optimal solution, decision makers use simple approach, focusing on essential aspect of the problem while ignoring its full complexity. Okay, the next one is intuition. Intuitive decision making is based on unconscious process, derived from experience. It relies on quick, emotional, and holistic association rather than systematic analysis. Okay, let's continue to the next learning objective. Influence on decision making, individual differences, and organizational constraint. Yeah, decision making is influenced by individual differences. So here is 5. The first one is personality, second one gender identity, third one intellectual abilities, the fourth one is cultural differences, and the last one is organizational constraint. Yeah, maybe for the four first you already know. I will explain about organizational constraints. So decisions are also shaped by organizational factors like performance evaluation, reward system, formal regulation, time constraints, and historical precedent. This factor can limit the autonomy of choices available to decision maker. Okay, let's continue to the 3 ethical decision criteria. The first one is choosing between criteria. Decision makers often rely on utilitarian principles, especially in for-profit organizations, to justify action like layoff or cost-cutting measures. While utilitarianism focuses on efficiency and profit, balancing it with individual rights and social justice creates complexity and ambiguity in ethical decision making. The second one is behavioral ethics. Behavioral ethics explore why people make unethical choices even when aware of ethical standards. Behavioral ethics seeks to understand the psychological, social, and cultural factors driving unethical action at individual, group, and organizational level. And the last one is lying. Lying poses significant ethical and decision-making challenge as misinterpretation undermine the ability for manager and employees to make sound choices. Okay, so here is the last material: creativity, creative decision making, and innovation in organization. So, the first one, we're gonna talk about creative behavior. So, creative behaviors involve 4 key steps that guide the process of innovation. The first one is problem formulation. The second one is information gathering. The next one is idea generation. It's we brainstorm the potential solution. And the last one is idea evaluation, selecting the best solution from the ideas generated. Okay, and the next one is cause of creative behavior. First, creative potential. In the creative potential, we have 4 key. The first one is intelligence, second one personality, next one expertise, the last one is ethics. Second, creative environment. In this creative environment, we can get motivation, reward and recognition, job characteristic, and teamwork and diversity. The last one is culture. National and organizational culture with collective motivation and creativity relevant competencies foster creativity. Individualism may promote creativity, but a combination of cultural factors is more influential. And the last one is creative outcomes or innovation. Creativity does not always lead to innovation. Creative ideas must be shared, accepted, and implemented to produce innovation. So guys, I think that's all about my material. Thank you for watching and thank you for your attention. I will close this video and see you.